it's almost like a surgeon going into the soul of a person, pulling out the pure essence of something so that you can understand it and realize, oh, this is a part of me, and then you put it back, and then slowly you do that enough times, you become light like the diamond and you float. Hello, welcome back as we continue taking a look at the universal symbolism, truth, storylines, psychological profiling, and the helpful gemstones of the zodiac, the Sabian degrees of the zodiac. There are 360. We're taking a look at 2 each time. Today we're on Capricorn, Cancer 12. Without further ado, let's jump into Capricorn 12. An illustrated lecture on natural science reveals little-known aspects of life. Mold growing on a diamond. A beautiful, erotic, fat woman eating chocolates. A botanist explaining the structure of flowers. A man sensitized to the energies that each particular state emanates. The stone here is Chloromelanite, and both stones will be in the description if you'd like to take a closer look. This is a dark jadeite. It gives us grounding and stability, resilience, protection, promotes karmic healing. It speaks to the root chakra, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, and the crown chakra. Associated with Saturn, it gives us focus, inner healing, endurance, practicality and patience, loyalty and empathy. It promotes willpower and manifestation. So this degree is in many ways about addiction, and we're meant to take a look at them in a deep way so that we can fully understand them, gain deep knowledge, what is through the addiction, so that we can kick the habit eventually. When kids are found smoking, a parent sometimes will say, here you go, smoke the whole pack, and they smoke the whole pack, and then they get sick, and then they no longer want it. Well, that doesn't always work, but one of the primary messages here that I'm going to try the next time I get stressed and, go for a bag of chips is to be present. After reading this and giving it some consideration, I realized that, one of the things that happens when you give into an addiction that you go to feel good, to be less stressed, is that I personally, just kind of go into a trance, like that you go into some other state of euphoria, escapism, and you're not really present. I'm not really present. So, next time I go for a bag of chips, because I'm stressed out over something or something doesn't go right, I'm gonna really practice being present. So one of the messages is to embrace our addictions, because when we do, we learn a lot about them. We understand them. And also there's a warning here that to be comfortable in our indulgences can lead to stagnation. So we're meant to embrace all situations here as a garden. Yesterday it was the garden, it's beautiful, but here it's supposed to be like a laboratory. We're meant to gain deep knowledge that comes from really being present in each situation, each encounter that we have with people and situations, knowing that everything that is here for a reason, to further our personal growth, and that if we really pay attention to it, we're meant to be here. So if you know that, really pay attention, really zoom in, really focus in on being here, and you glean what you can from the situation. And if it's difficult, you won't have to pass this way again in such a difficult way. Many times it takes many layers to get through something that is deeply filled with karmic roots, but the more we pay attention and lean into being present, the easier it gets each time we pass by. Intellectual curiosity is strong here. Student learning in everything we do. We're here to gain knowledge. So this degree is very much about gaining knowledge, but it's also about overcoming fear. This degree has a very strong ability to not be shaken by any kind of negativity. So that means you may be faced with a lot, but you're meant to go in, deal with what needs to be dealt with, know that you're fearless, that whatever is negative around you doesn't need to touch you, doesn't need to permeate your being. You do what you need to do and you get out. You change what you can change, and you are accepting of what cannot be changed. So seeing through situations, being unshakable, being fearless, paying attention to our indulgences like chocolate, whatever your quote-unquote chocolate is, and not getting so comfortable in our indulgences that we become stagnant. Let's take a look at Cancer 12, a Chinese woman nursing a baby whose aura reveals him to be the reincarnation of a great teacher. Another way to say that, a woman breastfeeding a baby seen in her mind its former incarnations. Carefully, a surgeon begins the dissection of a corpse. A diamond light enough to float. In the dark depths of the oceans, a glowing fish encountered. The stone here is porphyrite. It helps us trust ourselves, others, and our intuition. It is sometimes called a stone of trust. It helps connect to our higher self, encourages us to use our intuition along with our knowledge, especially when trust is needed. It creates a peaceful atmosphere. It teaches the benefits of sincerity and honesty. It helps us better communicate in different ways. It helps us to be positive, have a nurturing nature, and it strengthens bonds and relationships. This past year, 23, I did have an interesting dream, and it was of an Oriental woman. She was at a science fair. It was like the kind you'd see in a small school gymnasium, but it was set up with little booths, and she was dissecting something. So there is an Oriental flair here. There is a flair of scientific scholarship, being a scholar, and also dissecting things, getting to the root of things. So this is strong on both sides. Also, I read about the 12th degree being always, so always number 12 in astrology here is about overcoming our fears and our worries, to trust that the universe is set up perfectly and that everything that we encounter, every person, every situation, is there to further our evolution. And so we're to embrace it without fear and worry, and we will have an easier go on the 12th degree. Here, what may happen is a noticing of a primary characteristic, like when you're looking at someone's face, like dissecting what does someone's face mean, you look at what is their primary feature. Like, are their eyes the biggest? Is their nose the biggest? Is their mouth? What is the primary feature of anything? And focus on that. You don't want to be staring at people, but to notice the primary characteristic of a situation or a person or a thing. And it speaks to what is deep within. So we're looking for deep, deep knowledge by looking through what is an exterior and pulling out the spiritual meaning of it. View people and situations as if they are the exact lesson that life is trying to teach us right now, and to see not necessarily that they're the great teacher, like the great guru, and it's a baby and you nurture it, but yes, to adopt that this situation is your guru, this person is your guru, and to drink it in and learn from it. Also here, we're looking for perfection. And not much in life is perfect, but the message here is that everything is perfect. It's perfectly imperfect. By patiently looking at every situation as seeing the imperfections as perfection and seeing through them, perfection will be found. And what we're really looking for is the perfection within. So this person may actually be a surgeon or go at situations and try to dive for the truth like they're a surgeon, cutting in to get to the root of something so that they can fully understand it and then let it go. Integrate it and let it go. So research into the structure of life. Why do things work? Why do they not work? And a dissecting of life in that way. So someone who's incredibly curious, therefore they become incredibly clairvoyant. So clairvoyance is strong here as well. We want to understand things so that we can put things back together for ourselves, like, you know, putting Humpty Dumpty back together. We are Humpty Dumpty. And the only way to do that is sometimes by dissecting the world around us without staring. In many ways, the words that I'm describing remind me of Scorpio. You know, Scorpio is much like that, where it's almost like a surgeon going into the soul of a person, pulling out the pure essence of something so that you can understand it and realize, oh, this is a part of me, and then, you know, you put it back, and then slowly you do that enough times, you become light like the diamond and you float. So that's what I have for you today. Thanks for being here. Give me a like if you're enjoying this. Leave a comment if these are speaking to you in any way. And take care till next time.